Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn your notifications so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for all the love and support you all shower me here with. I am really grateful. Thank you all so much. So today, man, it looks like I want to run, but then I am just gonna relax and do this video. Because I am really tired of seeing white women who do not know anything about black people come out to tell black people how to feel, how to react, and all that. Culture appropriation, and you are trying to blame it on the fact that you have black kids, biracial kids. You want to put it on black people that you married a black man. And the truth is that I really don't know where black men see this kind of people, because, man, it is not given. She acts like she is high on something. She acts like she is irresponsible. And how do you people and where do you people find this kind of women? Because, man, make this shit make sense, because it's math, I ain't mathing. Eh? And she's wearing, acting all black. And she is saying that she ain't stealing anybody's stuff. Nobody's saying it. Do black people really care? Black people don't give a shit about what you do with your head and all that. But coming to pure rubbish about black people wearing wigs and trying to wear short, wanting to look like white people right from the onset, that it is okay to be in an environment where you can share, and then try to use her tears to cover up all the rubbish she is spewing and all that. And why do you all think all the time that you can weaponize your tears on black people? Because you want to get pity. It is, Google is your friend. You can always feel free to research whatever you want to research and all that. And I don't even know who is married to this one, but I really feel so sorry for the kids. Because like in the end, it is usually the kids that suffer for it and all that. And it kind of sucks that the kids that know nothing about will be the one going through all this. I keep telling them proximity to black people aren't making you black. That you are riding a black man's whatever does not make you a black. You have black kids doesn't make you black. I am rolling this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comments. So straight up, let's go.
Why do some of you white women think that riding black cock entitles you to some kind of understanding of the black community that black people do not already have in spades? Let's listen to this video, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to eviscerate her talking points, and she's going to weaponize her black children just for good measure. Let's get it.
Oh dear, forgive me, because this is like the third time I've had to record this. I have far too much to say on the subject, and it's just so difficult for me to get it out, because I said I was going to leave this alone, but this is this is the last I have to say about any of this stuff. Okay, to the commenter here, fuck that shit. White folks, stop stealing our styles. Okay, unfortunately, America has a very gruesome, disgusting past of slaves and slave owners. Slaves and slave owners. Okay, now, once slaves were freed and they started to become more integrated into society, as unfortunate as that whole situation was, and as disgusting, unfortunate is not even the word, it's disgusting. Okay, my children are half black. I understand where they're coming from. I was not a slave. What color my skin is irrelevant. I was not a slave, so I can't relate to or ride on the coattails of anyone that was, because that would be minimizing what they suffered by insisting I understand just because I'm from the same cultural or ethnic background, all right? None of us have been slaves, to my knowledge, and if you have, all due respect. I don't know how that ever happened. I'm sorry. But that being said, when hair extensions and wigs and perms and all these things started coming out, it was literally the opposite. It was black Americans attempting to appear more like the white people, because That's what was societally acceptable, and that's what societal standards were saying was attractive and acceptable. And so I am not stealing anybody's styles. If we really want to play that ignorance, like...
Yeah, let's play that ignorance. Let's take a look at who invented hair extensions, looking back through the ages. And we're also going to cover wigs in this category also. Now, I know that you all's intellectually challenged ass don't understand that Egypt is a part of Africa, but the first documented use of hair extensions took place in Egypt over 5,000 years ago. Pause and read. Pause and read this also. The roots of hair extensions, I'm sure no pun was intended, began in Egypt, yet also spread through other parts of Africa. For centuries, traditional African hair braiding techniques have included extensions of some form all across the massive continent. Also, these styles are significant culturally, spiritually, and aesthetically for many African regions. African hair braiding techniques have literally included extensions for thousands of years. And here's a little more information for your intellectually challenged ass. Europeans wasn't doing much of anything 5,000 years ago except migrating out of the Caucasus Mountains. All over the historical homeland, wigs were worn, used for beauty symbols, used for status symbols, used to protect the bald head from the heat of the sun. Wigs originated in Africa. How did they get to Europe, though? Why were wigs so popular in Europe in past years? In England, the fashion for wigs began in the 16th and 17th centuries. Do the math. When Queen Elizabeth I of England lost her hair due to suffering from a severe form of smallpox, she had to wear a wig to hide her bald head. The court nobility supported their mistress and also began using this article. See, many people in Europe did not wear wigs because they were fashionable or beautiful. They were trying to hide the traces of a deadly venereal disease that had been plaguing Europe for several hundred years. One of the symptoms included baldness. And for all those pregnant pauses you were making in that video like you were on to something, you were only displaying your ignorance. And the thing about it is, you're not going to be the one who suffers for it the most. It is going to be your children. And that is the saddest part of this whole fiasco. And I said what I said. Okay, riddle me this, Batman. Why do some of you...
You choose not to hate because you've chosen instead to play the victim in this imaginary struggle of character growth that you've given to yourself. Nobody hates anybody because of the hairstyle that they wear. Give the black community a little bit more credit. We're just frustrated, disappointed, just disappointed because we've had these conversations for God knows how many years. But as with a lot of things within the black community, nobody wants to hear us out. So we're not going to keep repeating ourselves. It's no secret that in a couple of weeks, you and I will be having the same hairstyle. So, twinsies.
I'm stealing hairstyles from sheep.
There we go. So you know what you're doing is antagonistic because you're already called out for it previously. But instead of you sitting here trying to learn from your mistakes, you double down on them and say that you're copying sheep. No, you're copying me and my people and our hair. I know you don't particularly care that people call you out for your appropriation and saying that you're a piece of shit for it, but I'm just going to continue to call you out for it and say that you're a piece of shit for it. Because it doesn't take much to think outside of yourself and try to understand why people feel this way. You rock that as a style, as a little fashion trend. Meanwhile, I, in several states of this country, can get fired for having this as a natural hairstyle because it's natural for me. So while you go ahead and spool thread and put it throughout your head, making you thinking that you're the shit, we over here is going to continue to look at you as if you are shit. Do fucking better.
Like Black Americans attempting to appear more like the white people. Is ignorance bliss? Is ignorance bliss? I feel so sorry for her children. And this is why we ought to watch out who we have kids with. Because this woman said on this video, let me tell you something. You should have to take a test to drive, to raise kids, and to make videos on social media. You should have to pass a common sense test before you do any of those things. The sad thing is, this woman is raising black children with this false ass information that she's spewing all on this TikTok app. But I'm here to teach you something, sister girlfriend. I'm here to teach you something. You can wear whatever hairstyle you want. You don't want to look like a goddamn fool. Go ahead and wear it. Wear it all you want. I could give 0 fucks about it. But let's be clear. You will not be spewing false ass information. You do understand that we were forced to straighten our hair, right? We were forced to straighten our hair by your ancestors. We were forced to straighten our hair because they saw our hair as not being okay. The way our hair naturally grows out of our head, they saw it as offensive. So they forced us first to cover our hair, and then when they realized we was too beautiful with them head rags on, because see, we beautiful people. We beautiful people. So when they realized that we was too beautiful with the head rags on, then they start saying, oh, well, now I need you guys to straighten your hair. You can't walk around with your hair the way it grows out your scalp. Now, let's be clear. They all understood that our hair grows to the gods. And that was the problem. They understood that our hair grows up to the gods. They didn't like that. So guess what you have to do? We're going to need you to straighten your hair so your hair look more like ours. Limp and flat. While you sit up here talking about it's a white people styles, and now I'm whatever. You go to Africa and what the fuck ever. You have no idea what you're talking about, and the sad thing is, you are raising half black children, and you gonna give your kids. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with society, is that people like you who choose not to learn, you teach your kids some bullshit. And then they grow up and get beat up by the all black kids because they out there spewing that bullshit because they mama didn't teach them right. And daddy ain't taught them shit. Daddy just happy their hair ain't growing up to the gods because he insecure and he remember what happened to him when he was a kid from little black girls. When he was called an African booty scratcher. So he just happy that his kid ain't got to go through that. How y'all raising kids with all these insecurities and falsehoods? How is that happening? How is that happening? They not in Africa straightening their hair. You know why? Because they didn't have people out there telling them that they had to in order to get a job. Do you realize that I couldn't go to work with my hair in locks? Do you realize that I couldn't go to work with my hair in an afro the way my hair grew out of my scalp? And you won't hear spewing this stupid shit. I swear I can't stand it. I can't stand it. You feel like because you done laid up and took a black dick that you could walk around with your hair braided. You feel like because you got half black kids that you're entitled. You not. You not. What you need to do is pick up a book and actually read some shit
that's going to benefit your half-black children. Because whether you see them the way you see them at night, society going to see them as black children. Your son, if you have one, will be seen as a black man. Your daughter, if you have one, will be seen as a black woman. You will be doing them a disservice if you do not learn the facts and stop spewing this bullshit that you just spewed on this video. You should be ashamed of yourself. As a kid, as a woman with kids that are half black, you should be ashamed of yourself. You wear whatever hairstyle you want, but you need to teach those kids correctly. You need to Google the Crown Act. You need to understand where all this shit's coming from. You need to understand what we've been through. I ain't never been a slave, but I have been denied a job because my hair was natural. But you wouldn't understand that because your hair naturally lays flat on your hair like a poodle, where my hair grows to the gods like a goddess. So you wouldn't understand. Pick up a book, white girl. Pick up a book so you can teach your kids correctly. And you have the day you fucking deserve.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
And so I am not stealing anybody's styles. If we really want to play that ignorance, like, I think we get the picture here, okay? Go back to Africa.
Excuse me, what? I said we say no to drugs, dude. Come again, say what?
I'm not saying you go back to Africa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying if you view people in Africa or people associated with your specific roots and heritage or ancestry, you'll see that the majority of them are not. Actually, I don't see any historical recollection of anybody straightening their hair or using extensions or wigs or taking on the white American styles.
Girl.
You know, I sometimes wonder if people don't have the ability to search things online.
You can have your plate back.
Girl, give me that plate. She ain't eat nothing.
Unfortunately, for all the stupid people in this world, there are lots of smart people in this world who understand that style is something that's pretty much traded back and forth throughout the regions of the earth. And not any one style has ever belonged to any specific culture or ethnicity or human being. That being said, I'm not going to say that. That would be, no. Yeah. No, Amber, don't say it. Okay. I won't say it. I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I just don't want to say it because culturally speaking, there's not a whole lot of shirts going on where these offended people have roots in ancestry and at risk of being a complete asshole. I just want to say, you know, I don't understand why you got to keep stealing our styles. Like, you never wore shirts before. I'm sorry, you have probably always worn shorts. However, your ancestors, they did not. So why are you stealing white people's style and wearing shirts? Probably because you want to. And it's a good idea to wear a shirt because it might be really cold outside. You don't want frostbitten nipples. Trust me. Not that I've ever had them before, but I'm just saying, yeah. Sometimes it's good to adapt the style of other people because it's suitable for your environment. It's okay to share. Sharing things that can be beneficial to everyone is a good thing. It really is. These nice sheep were willing to share their wool with me, a woman who went through such a crisis that she felt the need to shave her long, beautiful, hair because of abusive people. Kind of like you. I'm glad sheep can't talk because I might run the risk of being told about myself because I have the nerve to wear their hair on my motherfucking head. Next, horses. Sorry. Like, why? Why am I still bothered by this? I don't think I'm.
Ooh, child, that is messed up. Baby, do you. Wear your hair however you want to. We don't care.
So this is all I got from this tissues, man. I don't know how black men get into the hands of all these kind of people. I am not gonna lie to you. I'm saying my mind. But man, she's a mess. She looks like she's even high on something because like she's not even acting like she's normal. And it's crazy how some of them come out there to cry wolf, to cry river, and to use their weapon, like their tears to weaponize, like, you know, I just don't get it. Woman, I mean, a simple research would tell her everything. But then, no, it is okay to come out and ride on black people's head. It is okay to come out and say what they are not sure of about black people. It is okay to come out and pew rubbish about, like, it's just crazy. It's just like, really, like, it's kind of crazy. But man, it is what it is, and they have been doing it. It's just mad how they use their kids as prop, like, because I don't get how a mother will be doing all this. And they think proximity to blackness or something, or black people, is just automatically a go-ahead order for them to do what they want or say what they want or act black. I mean, you have black kids. That it's fine, but man, you're not black. You are palm colored, and nothing is gonna change that. And with people like this, the problem we always see when you see biracial kids, they end up being raped by their white mother or white, I don't know, but it's usually their white side that you come and they tell you, man, my mother was this, my mother was that. Why? Because they have not even taken time to learn about black culture, about the people they are dealing with, about people they are in relationship with. Because you cannot give what you don't have. What do you want to teach your kids if you don't know anything? Absolutely, you cannot teach them anything. They are not going to learn anything culturally from you because you are not equipped. You are not even ready to do all that. And maybe their father is also, they end up in a wrong side. And that's why I have seen so many biracial kids come out to cry how toxic their palm-colored side are. And like seeing this also is a very, very big, I mean, like, you know, it's a big result that, yeah, those kids were not lying. They were really saying telling you the truth and all that. She want to tell us that, I mean, she's trying to tell black people, like, you know, a black woman, sorry, a white woman that has been through a lot, that shaved her hair. That's why, I mean, she wanted to start crying. So we'll have pity on her and know that, yeah, it is because she's going through a lot. That's why she's doing what she's doing. Then forgetting that what she has been saying about black people is giving her away. And does she even know why black people want to straighten their hair, why they wear things on their hair? Because you people deem our hair not good enough. You deem the hair not fit for you guys. When a black person comes to work with her hair, it's either she is fired or she's not going to work there anymore. Why? Because you people think our hair is nappy. Because our hair was not the standard. Did you even take time to check all this? No. Why would you check that? Why would you know? Because it is none of your business. Man, I am sick and tired of seeing pop-colored white women who are riding on black cars come here to, like, you know, tell black people how they should feel on what they should do or how they should react and on certain things, man. It's kind of getting boring and it's kind of crazy, you know. I don't want to keep saying it. You all suck. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.